Like, if you could do it the whole cast, just let me know, because I'll laugh.
Sure.
I'll laugh the whole time. But I've met like 20 people that can do that impression. How weird is that? That when they made the voice for that guy, it turns out a lot of people can make that sound.
Guess what? I'm going to actually blow your mind a little bit, because there was a movie back in the day called The Black Cauldron, and there was a
I've heard of that.
Yes, The Black Cauldron. It's actually a great movie, hard to find, but there was a creature, and his name was Gurgi, and he used to say, "I want my munchies and crunchies." And it happens to be pretty much the same voice, just a little octave change for Stitch, and then also for Gollum.
People like that voice, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, though. Of the people that do that voice, including my wife, Anna, yours is the best. I'm not going to lie. It's absolutely the best.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, we're here on Ohana as far as ZvZ dynamics go. And, well, before I babble on, why don't you introduce you guys?
Yeah, let's introduce in the northwest position as the blue Zerg. It is EG Jaedong RC. And in the southeast position, as the pink Zerg, we've got Millennium Goswser.
Good save, actually. As I was looking at his name, it was like Complexity Goswser, but no, he's Millennium. I wonder if I said that in the previous games. If I have, I apologize.
Nope,
anyway,
you said Millennium every time.
Did I?
Yeah,
Good.
I would have absolutely used that as an opportunity to just knock you down a couple times. You know, a couple.
Get your head out of your
ass.
All right, so pushing forward, we can already see there's a little bit of a discrepancy in the builds. We have the hatch first versus the spawning pool first, but the timing for Goswser spawning pool is that of, was that a 10? We were having too much fun.
Not quite.
I want to say it was like a 12. Yeah, I think it was a 12. Otherwise,
might have been a bit
six
early.
links
Yeah.
synced up here. So a little bit. I mean, it's 12 pool versus hatch first. And again, this is one of those classic moments where I feel myself saying something I've said a lot before, but it bears mentioning for those of you that are just now joining us in the StarCraft 2 world. You want hatch first. It is obviously the better one.
Right.
But spawning pool first, not that far behind, because you do get the queen first, which allows you to get earlier inject, and that equalizes. You're just not mining from other minerals as fast. So that's the difference. Right off the bat, we do have Jaedong with the slightly better build, but that will equalize, and I like that. I think both these players showing. I mean, it's been conservative play other than the 10 pool in game 1, right?
Yeah.
Both guys have like 3 out of the 4 builds from these guys in the 2 games have been conservative.
I mean, biggest thing in what we've got going on so far is the fact that, yeah, the scout's going to be done here by Goswser, but Jaedong's going to have just a stupidly huge speed advantage. It has started where we have no gas at all. None for Goswser.
I want to see what he does. It's kind of funny. A lot of people would assume, since I do play Protoss and I'm not like a full-time caster, I don't cast that much, I do get to watch a lot of games, including watching Goswser play not only my teammates, but I even watch his stream from time to time. I watch a lot of his games. So what I'm leading into with this is I've seen him do a gasless ZvZ where he goes up to like 6 queens, and he'll have, between the 2 bases, he'll do one of 2 things. He'll either then extend himself to a 3rd, or he'll drop 4 gases right in a row and just jump up and gas off of 6 queens that form a really solid base of defense. And right now we're at 3 queens with a 4th on the way, or is that the 5th one? Something like that.
Well, let's just take a look. We've got 3 out for Goswser, and then
Goswser's 4 out. He's got a... Yeah. Oh,
yes,
it just happened. Okay,
yeah.
Apologize. But yeah, it's going to be 4 queens. Probably not 6. 6 is what they used to do in ZvT. Oh, there's the Roachhorn, though. And it's off
on
of early
both sides.
Okay.
still
Maybe the
no
same thing
speed.
again with the queens? No, not.
Not without speed.
No. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe just pass the play.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, Jaedong could do what he did minus the super extra queens, but I don't know. He's just on the 1 gas still.
There's the roaches.
And the roach is coming out. Yep.
Jaedong has his ability. No, then he adds 2
There
gases.
it
So
is.
those are, I don't know. Something from Goswser ticked out. You know what? I apologize. I'm thinking out loud. Well, I don't apologize for that. I'm supposed to do that. But you had pointed out that stupid early gas. That made Goswser nervous. That made early queens, a spine crawler. Those are 4 defensive roaches. He has no map vision, so because of that speed, so he's not really aware of what's going on. He's worried about 20 roaches walking down the ramp right now or something like that, and that's why this happened.
Now that's going to allow him to get that +1 up a little bit quicker as well. And here the Lings coming out, try to snipe one of those queens, which I thought, without the roaches, that would, queens extending themselves out. They have to kind of stay inside or else they're going to get in trouble. But he handles that okay, and Goswser does not lose a queen right there. And there he starts his +1 almost immediately. So kind of just taking two different paths to the same location. But one thing is that we still don't have any.
Maybe he never gets it, to be honest.
Maybe he never does. I don't know.
If you get away from the early game, yeah, okay, it's kind of cool when like 10 Lings or 20 run into a natural or something like that. But other than that, there's no reason for speed for the Lings.
Yeah. It's going to be that new hot styles, like speedless Lings with adrenal glands at Hive. It'll be awesome.
That would be sick. I've actually done that in Brood War, not on purpose, but you would open up a lot of times in Brood War with just kind of with Hydralisk or Mutalisk, a lot of times mostly Mutalisk, but anyways, it just happened where sometimes I would literally be at Hive and be like, wow, I gotta get speed before my adrenaline upgrade. This is weird. Wasn't normal. So the rocks will go down, both the thirds are gonna go down. Now the difference here too, because we have a de-emphasis on speedlings, we're not really gonna see that situation where the third gets canceled by 20 Lings running in. You just saw the effort. It was 3 Lings, and Jaedong was very nice to spread them out. I mean, that was the best effort he could give it, but they didn't do anything. They scratched the paint. And as such, when both players recognize that they're both going Roach and presumably Infestor, the game gets more passive oftentimes.
Yes.
The Roaches get aggressive if they see an opening, something like, oh, you're really Ling heavy, or your third is super late. That's when they start to pour it on. But as such, I think we're in for a longer game because when the Infestors are out and Roach's counts are there, they don't know how much the other guy has.
There's no infestation pit right now for Jaedong either.
Oh, really?
None. I mean, let me look once again. Am I blind? I mean, I do wear glasses.
No,
there,
right. There it is.
It just went
That's
down.
Late.
But
That's
pathogen glands is at the point where now bring out the Infestors, man, because they'll have the energy that they need. I feel like with the I mean, Jaedong does have more roaches, so moments ago he was behind on the roach count. Now he is taking that lead. The +2 attack is going to be very, very in sync with one another, and roach speed will be done for both players as well. But those Infestors, man, make a big difference.
That's kind of funny. Out there picking off creep tumors, which you usually don't see players really dedicate any kind of energy to at all in ZvZ, because it's like, well, I'm kind of putting this down for both of us.
Right.
It doesn't really hurt anybody here. But he gets away unscathed for the most part. So you're absolutely right. The Infestor advantage for Goswser is there. If he were to attack right now, would that be the defining factor for why he would succeed, whereas Jaedong would fail? I don't know. The bigger thing here for me is that the expansion at the third has been saturated in favor of Goswser.
Yeah, and gas. I mean, that's... That's going to be a big deal as he's continuing to pump out Infestors. We still haven't seen the first one come out by Jaedong as Pathogen Glands just getting to that point.
Wow,
and very nicely done. He actually splits it off, sends a bunch of roaches inside the main. Love that decision here by Jaedong. And what's he going to do? Go after some roaches and some queens here? I mean, he could have done a lot of damage. And here he's going to move it from the front.
Oh, the Infestors are not alive yet. There they are.
I'm not sure I agree with that attack right there, but he did put the roaches into the back. He's going to lose everything there, but he's doing a lot of damage inside the main as well, and a lot of damage. 11 drones, I don't think that was worth it at all.
Well, but if it weren't for what he's doing in the main right now, which maybe at 11 drones it's not necessarily worth it, but it should be going up from there, then he's just absolutely getting butchered. But as it is, he's disrupted an entire mining base. He's Goswser's not handling the multitasking of this very well, but Jaedong just threw his army into mega fungals at that natural, and it seems to be kind of a big deal here. Well, actually, there's no Infestors here.
Oh my god!
Goswser's not committing to it.
I mean, Roach is still coming over. He's still battling out in the main. I mean, drones being put here. Over here, we've got Jaedong. Yeah,
that's a bad surface area for Goswser. He's not going to win this fight either. If we go to the third, I think there's just roaches everywhere. Yeah,
there are.
Wow, that multitask is sick.
Queen is going to be able to pull that one off, but Jaedong wins at his third, gets it up and running, and he did a ton of damage. Let's take a look. That was 11 to 36.
How do you feel about that, Wheat?
Well, it wasn't worth it, but once he got up to that 30, I feel like he did a good job. So, yeah,
good job, son.
You know what? Even so, the initial split where he sent them down,
Yes,
and then
yes.
all the army was here concentrated at the third, and now
agree.
Jaedong just poking in. A really kind of unique approach to the style
Super
of
aggressive.
what is
Yeah.
typically a kind of stale roach infestor type play.
You're absolutely right.
And all the infestors for Goswser? Oh, he said it's 6. Okay.
I mean, you're absolutely
Lost a
right
couple.
though, because a lot of people look at roach infestor versus roach infestor as like all about the one big engagement. Everything's coated in fungal. Infested Terrans are getting dumped. That kind of stuff. But Jaedong jumped the gun, ran in, and I'll tell you what, Goswser, a very good player, very good multitask. He made one mistake. He reacted just a little bit too slow, and it cost him a ton of drones. And from that point forward, it went downhill. I felt like Goswser was way ahead, and I feel like now he's equal, if not a little bit behind.
Yeah. And again, it all came down to those few roaches just sneaking into that main. And that's the second time that we've seen Jaedong do that today, where he was also doing it on Daybreak, sneaking those roaches into the natural, eventually into the main. And again, it's a deviation from what we normally see, especially when your opponent is sitting already on 6 infestors. Like, you almost say to yourself, how does that even happen? Like, you'd think every other game, especially if like I play, it would just be like, boom, fungal on those roaches trying to get in. Like, I'm screwed now.
Yep.
But he was all over it, man.
You are absolutely right, sir. The game has slowed down as such. Both players are kind of recouping their losses. Jaedong, however, does have almost 20 drones advantaged over Goswser. Goswser is still kind of caught in the middle grounds where he knows he can't just make drones, because then he gets caught by potential aggression from this aggressive Jaedong, by the way. That's one thing we can say from this, too, is he has shown that in ZvZ, he likes to be the aggressor, and that was the fault in game number 1, and that's the success in game number 2, and so far in game number 3. Goswser, however, is going to push out here. He's got a slight supply advantage, but really that's nothing to name at all. Spinecrawl's going up behind this, and with no... I mean, he's down drones. I got to point this out. Goswser is not going to be banking money, and that's evident there.
Where are the infestors for Jaedong right now? He's got like 8 or 9 of them somewhere.
Are they in the mineral lines? Is he doing that thing he did in Pro League where he parks them behind all... No, there they are. Okay.
Okay. Must have just been... that energy. Okay, he's going to throw out the infested Terrans, then move forward. Fungals do come down on the back. Roaches are still managing to get some hits on, but man, Jaedong has this spread all the way out. Fourth base is being populated right now as well, and Jaedong is going to end up still with energy on his infestors, possibly to use some fungals to get these units on the retreat. But actually, Goswser has a few more roaches in this exchange, but he's got to get out of there. I think that was probably smart. There we go. He should engage.
Yeah, if we see the upgrades here, we have 2 armor on the way, as well as the Hydralis range upgrade, 2 attack there as well. So a big upgrade advantage, and that is evident by Goswser being kind of behind from that earlier standpoint. When you have to rebuild his drones, again, one of the first things that falls away is your upgrade timing. And now with Burrow, actually, look at that, he's healing. That's a very minor point. Can you click on a unit for... Does he have Burrow? No, he does not. So what a big mistake. I mean, look at all the wounded roaches there. Obviously, the infestors don't actually benefit from this, but if you burrow, you heal those guys up to 100% right off the bat, you're ready to go. If they fight before those guys heal, advantage Jaedong, and it's just because of a 100-100 upgrade.
Yeah, and actually Goswser does not have armor. So is it on its way? Yeah, but look at it, just started.
Way behind.
In fact, +2 for Jaedong, and so suddenly that, no, I don't need those gases at my 3rd.
Right.
Like, why would I need gas 5 and 6? Eventually he gets it, then gets that 4th up, and he is just sitting, as far as tech path is concerned, in a fantastic position.
He really is. And with that overseer, you can see here, too, not to go up that ramp. Position-wise, it would be a terrible decision, but going down the ramp is Goswser. Oh, he escaped brutal fungals. I mean, those hurt, don't get me wrong, but if he gets his entire army fungal right there, he just loses outright. It looks like a forced fight will occur. And right now, Goswser's getting weathered down. The infested Terrans getting lobbed up over the right side. The infestors of Goswser are pinned. This could be your final conflict at this game number 3, as Jaedong is forcing himself upon Goswser. The energy of the infestors from Goswser has been expelled. Hydralis count a lot higher here. Well, actually, it's equalizing a little bit. Yeah, but I think the upgrades are kicking in now.
Yeah, and the infestors, I mean, energy. Well, actually, energy's still looking good for Goswser, but no ground army to support these infested Terrans. So we'll get more than I kind of expected to, but the reinforcements behind it, and honestly, the armor upgrade just...
It was a big deal at that final moment there.
Yeah.
I mean, low unit counts, Upgrades is a huge, huge deal. Well, I mean, high as well, but I guess what I mean is you could see the difference there better. Fourth base up and saturated for Jaedong. Army larger, 40 supply advantage overall. He's not going for the hive just yet, so that's not where we start to say this is just a formality. Where, you know, the nature of Infestors is if Jaedong makes that weird choice where once again he hops up a ramp and everything gets fungled, this can flip on its head. So
Sure.
I know a lot of you out there that are Millennium or Goswser fans, don't give up hope just yet. He is facing the Tyrant himself, but it is not out of sight yet.
Let's take a quick look at the income. I mean, right now, Goswser are fighting from a very, very deep 50 supply deficit. Also in drones, but more or less, I think the real deficit here is just in the gas intake and not having that. So Goswser trying to get as much energy back on those infestors. All the infestors in the game are rather low on energy, so very few fungals, more infested Terran possibilities. And we'll have to see what will happen, and you know, what does he do to equalize? Like, obviously getting that fourth up, important, but gosh, I mean, Jaedong with the fourth and the defense. He's going to go in and potentially cancel yet again.
Jaedong's so active with his army, he was sharking around the middle of the map, doing that thing that I've been kind of talking about all tournament long that makes him one of the special players in RTS history.
Oh, this is bad. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Rock and a hard place.
Got to go for it. This is going to be a surround that he does not want to get involved with. And if the fungals go down, oh, he's spread all the way out. The infestors are so out in the open. They need to change eggs to egg color, to team color, man. It's just like, I don't know.
Egg white?
I mean, no, I mean, like, Goswser's eggs need to be pink. And
Right. Oh, good call. Yeah,
and JD's eggs need to be blue. Like, I just, you know.
Now, Goswser win that fight. I think Jaedong saw a trap, he tried to spring it, and now with the Overseer allowing the Roaches to give pursuit, Jaedong is down in supply. He's losing his infestors. He's still up a base. It's all about the engagements, baby.
I mean, it was, and actually, it was every energy was put towards infested Terrans, and in a good spot, I think.
There's that and the concave that Goswser had. Yes, he was trapped on the ramp, but he got down enough the ramp where the fungals didn't murder him, and then he was joined up with his reinforcements that created a concave. So Jaedong thought he had the prime opportunity to put the final nail in the coffin, but unfortunately that turned right back at him. Now, as we can see, as time goes on, again, supply-wise, they're equal for now. That will change. Jaedong will be the guy adding more and more supply, and still without a fourth does Goswser have. So he's sitting on, I feel like, an infestor advantage because he was able to chase back those other infestors, but
yeah, except we got 12 on the way. You were
13
absolutely right.
About to pop out.
Until you realize that this base is just an infestor factory.
It is.
It's like got young drones working there that aren't even of you know, legal working age. And uh-oh, they're sharking in, man.
Did they see it?
They're sharking in. God, if it
that
takes
moment,
out the lair.
Jaedong loves this. He does this in Pro League.
What's he gonna go for?
He's gonna go for each of the mineral lines and just dump. He's gonna dump Terrans all over him. The best Terrans, rather.
All right.
And he'll do it at the same time. So we gotta watch this. It's really exciting. It's fun. It's like the Zerg version of a nuke, because it's like, so clever. He put him in like the place that he wasn't hoping that they'd be. Oh man.
Well, they so far just kind of chilling.
Yeah, maybe they'll wait. Get some energy up. We'll see the pink army will move. That's how we'll know that he's getting boned.
Well, you're gonna see a lot of blue squirt out as well. But bases right now, it's kind of a 2 base to 1 base right now because, well, this one just finished up. That's gonna help out quite a bit. And I imagine, God, if he could get those guys over there, he'd be having a heyday. But pretty soon, he doesn't know it's there. There we go.
Oh, trap.
You like to make units?
And then check the third.
And third going down.
Yeah.
Drone.
Not good.
And now, as this army moves over, what happens with this army potentially coming in? No.
He just knows he's outmaneuvered.
Be careful.
Or he just loses his main and natural. Like, Jaedong won the position with this.
Yeah, big time.
So
and the Roach Warren's gone as well.
Can't go for the third. He knows that. So look what he does. You want to come down that ramp? You really want to come down that ramp?
Oh, no.
Think twice about this. You want to come down that ramp?
The infestors did manage to kind of get away, but the infested territory Jaedong got out a lot earlier. But there's a lot of energy left on the infestors for...
you know what this reminds me of? I mean, Jaedong won it. It reminds me of Demaga casting Homestrike Cup, where he saw this ZvZ, and he goes, I don't know. Who can call this? ZvZ. It's like, thank you, Blizzard.
Yeah, it is.
You're right about the eggs, though. That's a really good call. I mean, why are they green? Why not?
They're all the same
Blue eggs.
color.
Blue
yes.
eggs with pink eggs.
I mean, that would make, like, the representation of what could potentially happen in the army suddenly makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
But this base is up. Gas not occupied. Jaedong is throwing up this base right over here. I think he's got
Yeah, it's
he's
never
got
gonna be touched.
adequate defense right there. And Fungal's on the ramp coming up, but the ground units, oh my gosh, Jaedong even coming from the back.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go. There's